We're now begin our second section of talks with Anna Griffith, talking on how the brimming schedules affect students today greatly.
Hello. Today I'm going to ask a series of 5 questions directed to the parents in the audience. Number 1. I want you to raise your hand if your child plays more than one sport. Okay, now keep your hand up if your child plays more than one sport per season. Okay, hands down. Number 2, and parents, feel free to use both hands for this one. Does your child play an instrument? Or sing in a chorus? Take art classes? Drama classes? Go to a tutor? Or do volunteer work? Okay, hands down. Number 3, do you feel more overwhelmed by your child's schedule than you do your own? Okay, hands down. Number 4, how many of you refer to your car or Suburban as the taxi? Okay, hands down. Number 5, how many of you are feeling a little bit nervous about where I'm going with this? Okay, hands down. If you raised your hand for the majority of these questions, then your child is most likely living a brimming life. I know that in my life, from Monday morning through Sunday night, it's non-stop activities, with little downtime. In fact, let's take a look at my schedule. So, as you can see, on a day-to-day basis, I have a multitude of activities to complete. I live a very full and busy life. Some might even call it brimming. What I mean by this is that my schedule is so full of activities that it's on the verge of overflowing. In all these activities that make my life so full, some are necessities and others are extracurriculars. I like to think about my life like a kitchen, and the activities like the appliances. In a kitchen, you have the bare necessities, the things you must have for it to work. These are things like plates, bowls, and utensils. On the other hand, you have things like a cappuccino maker, which isn't necessary, but it makes you happy. Okay, let's take another look at my schedule. Similar to our kitchen, some items on my calendar are necessary, and some are discretionary. On my schedule, some tasks I'm required to complete are school and my homework. On the other hand, activities like soccer, lacrosse, art, dance, figure skating, ice hockey, and even TEDx are additional. Are all of these activities cluttering my life? Or am I just taking advantage of good opportunities? In other words, is a brimming schedule beneficial or detrimental? Okay, how many of you think having a brimming schedule is a good thing? Okay, now how many of you think it's a bad thing? Whether you answer this from experience or simply from perspective, well, think again. Believe it or not, having a brimming schedule can be both positive and negative. Let me start off by informing you of the negatives. Overloaded schedules don't give children enough free time. If you're like most parents, you've probably already filled up your child's summer with enriching activities. At the very least, you're probably using the break from school to double up on your child's already daunting schedule. Too often these days, parents feel they have no choice but to pack their child's schedule with adult-supervised activities, leaving their children little unstructured time. I want all of you to think back to your most memorable childhood memories. They're probably of participating in unstructured activities like a pickup game of baseball, exploring the woods with your friends, or catching fireflies at night. Kid-organized play might have filled much of your free time, but what about your children? What about us? Free time isn't a shortage in today's children. Most experts agree that children should have double the amount of unstructured free time than they do structured activities. How many of you can honestly say that your child spends double the amount of their time on free time than they do on activities? In addition, David L. Hind, one of the country's most knowledgeable experts on human development, says, play is essential to positive human development. If you want your child to have a leg up in later life, let them play. Free time develops creativity. Creativity is an essential trait to possess for later life. Children can't be creative when they're participating in organized activities for a disproportionate amount of their day. In addition, free time allows kids to discover activities they love, not that their parents have chosen for them. Free time is what kids need. They need it far more than they need high-priced summer camps. So, when will your child play? Some feel that kids also shouldn't have brimming schedules because it leads to stress. 43% of 13 to 14-year-olds feel stressed every single day. The pressure of trying to succeed in every activity overscheduled children participate in can become very overwhelming very quickly. I know from personal experiences that trying to balance school with sports and other activities can easily lead to late nights of homework and cramming for tests. You know, my younger sister and I, we used to have these imaginary worlds we'd visit. In my world, all of the buildings were made of gummy bears, and you could play video games where you were rewarded with real puppies. Honestly, the last time I visited my world must have been at least 5 summers ago, when I was 8. Coincidentally, this was the same summer that I signed up for summer lacrosse and soccer. While life inevitably becomes more stressful as we move into adulthood, it's unhealthy for children to experience such stress at such a young age because they're not equipped with the same tools as adults. Unhealthy stress can result in many negative side effects like headaches, stomach aches, insomnia, and anxiety attacks. Finally, children shouldn't have brimming schedules because they can't achieve their highest standards in a certain activity. The well-known book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell states that one must practice 10,000 hours at something to achieve mastery. How can someone with an overloaded schedule filled with a variety of activities practice any one activity for 10,000 hours? Having a brimming schedule can be detrimental. But, on the other hand, having a brimming schedule can be very beneficial. Studies show that children who actively participate in their high schools are more motivated. This may be because kids derive enjoyment from after-school activities, giving them an incentive to stay in school. As we can all relate to our own lives, being part of a team can be a really special thing and give a student a powerful feeling of camaraderie and purpose. In addition, being part of a team can really boost someone's self-esteem, keeping them out of trouble. Furthermore, children should have brimming schedules because they're more likely to become a Renaissance person, or one who is educated in a wide range of fields. Whereas the person who only participates in one activity will not become well-rounded because they haven't had as many skills and experiences. Becoming a well-rounded person is important for later life because it can help you get to the college of your choice, the job of your choice, and have many other opportunities in later life. Let's say there's a high school graduate who will be attending college in the fall on a lacrosse scholarship. This person has dedicated all of their time to lacrosse, but then suddenly this person gets hurt and they're no longer allowed to play. Now what is this person supposed to do? Because they dedicated all of their time to lacrosse, they have nothing to fall back on. Had they participated in other programs, not just lacrosse, they would have other activities they could take part in. Finally, children should have brimming schedules because they often come with adult interactions, such as teachers and coaches. As we can all relate to, getting to spend time with that special teacher or coach who makes a connection with the child can be a really special thing. These teachers and coaches become role models to children, teaching them positive qualities like respect and responsibility. Having a brimming schedule can be very beneficial. In my own experiences, I did gymnastics for 7 to 8 years. And let me just say, those 7 to 8 years of my life were brutal. And don't get me wrong, sure, it started off fun. You know, getting to hang out with my friends every day at practice, learning cool tricks. But then, I got good. I was expected to go to practice almost every single day for 2 to 4 hours. Practices were also on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Backflips at 8 a.m. What fun. Meets were also every single Sunday for 6 hours. There goes my weekend. Gymnastics also happened to be a year-round sport. I had no time to do anything else. I never got to see my friends or family. I had to do my homework starting at 9. A 9-year-old starting their homework at 9. Let me tell you, my grades suffered. Also, I couldn't participate in a single other sport. I had to miss every single one of my soccer games for gymnastics meets. I wanted to play hockey, but of course I couldn't because I had practice. Also, I was always so stressed. From gymnastics, I had the burdens of memorizing routines, trying to do well in meets and shows, mastering new tricks, and then trying to juggle all of that with schoolwork and my family commitments. It just became a lot. And of course, I wasn't allowed to quit because Griffiths aren't quitters. Sorry, Mom. I kept begging her to quit, until finally she agreed I could stop at the end of the season. The end of the season finally came around, and I couldn't have been happier. Or at least I thought. I was overjoyed until I realized I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so used to having such a structured schedule with everything at precise times. So I ended up sitting around with nothing to do for hours on end. Basically, I was lost. Sure, I could play with friends, family, but that's only so fun for so long. I became bored out of my mind. So I decided to pick up some new sports. And trust me, I stayed away from all sports carrying the description year-round. I started lacrosse, soccer, and hockey. I replaced gymnastics with a once a week aqua class. My experiences led me to realize that both extremes in my schedule had led me to be miserable. This was a real wake-up call for me in realizing that while free time is fun, we have to block out time for structured activities. Yet also that I'm only 13 and I have my whole life ahead of me. So I was able to find the perfect balance between overflowing and empty. Children should try to find the same happy medium that I was able to find. You want to have enough activities so you can become a well-rounded person, but not too many that it begins to negatively affect you. Thank you.